It was supposed to be a harmless thrill. The four of us, Ryan, Mia, Jake, and of course, me, I'm Callie, decided to go on a hike. It was a beautiful sunny day, perfect for hiking. As we walked up the mountain, we spotted a chalet. It was perched on the edge of the mountainside like something out of a magazine. It had glass panels and cedarwood exterior that gleamed in the sunlight. It screamed luxury, solitude, and exclusivity. "Let's just take a look," Ryan suggested, his usual mischievous grin spreading across his face. "We can't just break in," I protested. "It's not breaking in if no one's there," Mia countered, already pulling on the gloves she always carried in her backpack. "It's a victimless crime, Callie. Come on, don't be a buzzkill." Jake shrugged. "We can check it out. It's not like we're stealing anything." The others were already headed toward the chalet. Against my better judgment, I followed. Getting inside was easier than it should have been. Ryan jimmied open a window, and one by one, we climbed in giggling like teenagers sneaking into a forbidden playground. The interior was even more breathtaking than the outside. It had an open-concept design with modern furniture and floor-to-ceiling windows. I stood in front of the window looking out over the panoramic view of the forest below. The whole place smelled faintly of pine and money. "Whoever owns this has to be loaded," Ryan said, running a hand over the granite countertop in the kitchen. "Bet the security system costs more than my car," Mia added, flopping onto the leather couch. "Well, it's clearly not working," I muttered, unease prickling at the back of my neck. We continued exploring while the sun dipped behind the mountains. Ryan discovered the wine cellar, Mia found a sauna, and Jake wandered off into the high-tech home theater. I stayed near the living room, feeling more like an intruder with each passing minute. Then the lights flickered. "Guys?" I called out, my voice echoing through the huge space. Ryan emerged from the kitchen holding a bottle of wine. "What's up?" "The lights. Did you touch anything?" He shook his head, but before we could say more, a voice boomed through hidden speakers, smooth and artificial. "Unauthorized entry detected. Initiating lockdown." Every window and door sealed with a mechanical hiss, and thick metal shutters slid down to cover the glass walls. "Oh crap," I said. "What the hell?" Mia shouted, jumping to her feet. "It's probably just a system reset," Ryan said, though his voice lacked its usual confidence. But then the temperature dropped and the air filled with the sharp tang of ozone. The lights flickered again and the voice returned, much colder this time. "Intruders will be neutralized." The first trap was subtle. Jake, who had wandered back to the kitchen, slipped on something. Water, we thought at first. But when we ran to help him, we saw the liquid bubbling against his skin, leaving big red welts. Acid. "Get back!" I screamed, pulling him away just as more of the substance sprayed from hidden nozzles in the ceiling. Ryan grabbed a towel to wipe Jake's burns, his face pale. "This isn't just a security system." "No kidding," Mia snapped, her voice trembling. "What do we do?" "We find a way out," I said firmly, though my own fear was mounting. The chalet wasn't just trapping us, it was hunting us. Mia disappeared first. She had gone to find the bathroom, and moments later we heard her screams. By the time we reached her, she was gone, the bathroom empty save for a shattered mirror and a trail of blood leading into the wall. "Help me!" Her voice echoed faintly, but when we pried at the paneling, it wouldn't budge. Panic set in. Jake's burns worsened, his breathing labored, and Ryan's attempts to calm him only led to more fights. "I didn't sign up for this," Ryan yelled, pacing the living room. "None of us did," I snapped back. Then the fireplace roared to life, its flames shooting out in a sudden violent blast. Ryan didn't have time to move. By that time, it was just me and Jake. I was shaking so badly I could barely hold the crowbar I'd found in the garage. "We're not getting out of here," Jake muttered, slumped against the wall. His burns had turned his skin a sickly shade of gray, and I could tell he was giving up. "Don't say that," I whispered, though I was starting to believe it myself. The voice returned, softer now, almost mocking. "Your time is up." It felt like the walls were closing in. The room was growing smaller, and we were struggling to breathe. I swung the crowbar at anything I saw, vents, cameras, anything I thought might stop it. But the house had no weaknesses. It wasn't just a building. It was alive, and it wanted us dead. Then everything went black. I don't remember how I got out. One moment I was trapped in the living room with Jake's lifeless body beside me, and the next, I was stumbling through the woods shivering as the cold night air bit at my skin. The chalet stood silent behind me, its lights winking out as if it were satisfied. I don't know who owns that place or why it's designed the way it is, but I know one thing. It doesn't just kill. It plays with its victims. If you ever see that chalet, stay far away, because no one breaks in without paying the price.